Millennial Gaze.
Hey, what's good? Happy holidays, everybody. You already know it's your girl May Money, and it's the homie Katie over here. Say what's up, Katie.
Hello, everybody. Jazzy's already popping in our comment
Yeah.
section.
Yay! We love to see our homie Jazzy. We were just talking about you because we were talking a little bit about hair. We will get into that a little later, okay, once we get into our chill session. So first of all, thank everybody for being here. You already know we appreciate you. So be sure to show your appreciation for us by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Checking out our new website that just got posted and our Instagram channels. Katie wrote a new Substack article that was very real and raw and authentic about some of the bullshit that just went through. I have mine. It's pretty much just needs to be typed out, but I took a break. But there are a lot of things to, just be updated about as we move slowly through this bullshittery that we are. Anyway, it's our holiday season. And before we get started, I just wanted to say that me and Katie were kind of feeling a little heavier this week, feeling like we just needed some time to just kind of process things because things move so fast. And if we're going to be productive for y'all, then we need to make sure that we are productive at all. You know what I mean? So, so we're only going to touch on a few things. We're going to rat-a-tat-a-tat through the news a little bit and keep it quick. And then we're going to hang out and kick it and, talk whatever when we get there. So, yeah, anywho, anything you want to say, Katie, before we get started?
I know we've been trying to do like our own videos and stuff too, but this week was just a lot. And I'm sure that y'all can understand that just with everything. I had to take like a 2-day mental break. And I think it was Thursday, I literally forgot that Dawn did the Lemon Legends till my husband of all people was like, "Aren't you going on Dawn's show today?" And I was like, "Oh shit. It's Thursday, isn't it?" He's like, "Yeah." Because I was just that out of it.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I wasn't really feeling it that day neither. I didn't really have much to say. I haven't really had much to really say for the past few days. I just feel like I've said everything else that I could say. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel you on that. It just feels repetitive and it's gotten to the point where I'm like straight up exhausted, So no, I feel you on that 100. Anywho, we're going to rat-a-tat-tat on a few things for the first part, and then we're just going to have a good time. We also got a fun women segment, like a recap of women, impacts of women from 2025, from the year that happened so far. So tune into that. And then, we got some millennial minutes and some nostalgia to look over as well. Okay, let me let this bitch out because she is going to cause a whole ruckus. So why don't you go ahead and start the first one?
Yep, I got you.
Come on.
We're going to war with Venezuela.
Wait, I might have to restart this. Sorry. Whoop.
You know what that means? We're getting the Epstein files. What was that? Oh, Trump's team said that they're not going to be able to release the Epstein files when they were court ordered to? What? What? Who could have possibly foreseen such a crazy outcome? Who could have possibly foreseen this, dude? I know it wasn't every sane person in existence, but they were court ordered to. It's not like that man's ever disobeyed a judge's orders before. What are we even talking about? Gang? We know. Okay? We know. And we're still letting this man just run amok with our country, dude. We're going to war with Venezuela. We've been murdering fishermen for I don't know how long now. And now we're taking tankers. Now we've got them surrounded, dude. It's definitely not a copy paste of Afghanistan, though. So just get that out your head right now. Well, it's Friday, and you know what that means. We're good.
So, yeah, you hear how unhinged his laughter was? That's pretty much where we are at this point.
No, it's not pretty much. It's exactly where we are. Like, I'm just.
We all got
I
the
saw
Joker.
a post. I saw a thing today that was like, if we saw another country in this kind of peril, we would either like laugh at them or attack them.
Yeah. Yeah. We can't
So.
even, I mean, but hey, look, we can't even really look at ourselves and realize that we are in peril. And that's the most fucked up part about everything. We are so dumb as a country, and everybody looking at us like, damn, they don't even know that we can see the whole Titanic going to the bottom of the ocean. They can't. What about it that, like, why can't we see it? Everybody else outside of us can see it and we can't. I don't understand it. It's really it's really disheartening. I guess that's the word I'll put to it. So yeah, why don't we just keep going? Let's tat through this bullshit. I wanted to update you on a few things that happened ever since that ream of black construction paper got released. Just a few things we need to update ourselves on and be aware of as this goes on. But keep going.
We have some major news right now. Congressman Thomas Massie is saying that a future attorney general could prosecute and convict Attorney General Pam Bondi based on the complete non-disclosure of documents tonight. The Trump administration is saying right now, Donald Trump, Pam Bondi, they're all saying this is the most transparent administration in American history. But there is a grand jury document, just for example, 119 pages, mandated release by the court, completely redacted. They completely redacted. They over-redacted. And they did it, why? To conceal the truth. The Epstein Files Transparency Act is not a subpoena that expires at the end of every Congress. It's the law, and the law doesn't expire. And theoretically, future attorney generals could investigate and potentially prosecute the current one and any other Department of Justice employee complicit in the concealment of the Epstein files. As Congressman Garcia says, this is only about 10% of what the DOJ probably has. The public deserves the truth, and right now, they're not getting it. Spread the word, follow for more.
I want to say
major news right now.
I just wanted to share that. And I love how quick the homie Aaron gets it out, you know, so we don't have to spend too much time on it. But I didn't know much about that act. I didn't know really how it worked. I'm only now figuring that out. And they do like, yeah, you're right, Jazzy. They like to make sure that we are ignorant to how the law works. So I've been doing my best to really educate myself on like the actual parameters of these things that we're dealing with, so that when we're talking about it, we know how to properly approach the debate and the argument. But a lot of this shit, it's a lot, and we shouldn't have to really, this is not my job, right? Like, I'm not a professional fucking law attorney, and it's fucked up that we have to be on top of all this shit because these people won't do their own fucking job.
I agree.
Anywho, let's keep going. Let's just get through this part.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Oh, before we start,
Point USA should terrify you. It
just go. Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Definitely terrifies me. The past few days I've been inundated with tons of content poking fun at America Fest in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, the memes are funny. Yeah, that time where Erica Kirk called that kid a grifter is hilarious. Yeah, we're all disappointed in Nicki Minaj right now. But all this content is just engagement bait that's not magnifying what the big issue is. They are insanely organized. They have a ton of money, and they are creating a grassroots movement that the DNC is currently throwing sticks and stones at. It's not a massive conference. They are in 3,000 schools right now where kids are having face-to-face conversations with other kids telling them that the source of their problems is woke politics and progressives. And it's working. It worked in 2024, and it's getting worse. One of the biggest concerns that Gen Z has based off of statistical data is that they don't feel like they belong and they don't have community. Enter turning point. One of the biggest challenges that conservative politics has had over the course of the past 20 years is that a lot of voters feel like they are out of touch and it's just a bunch of old white men and they don't know how to reach young people. Enter Turning Point. Now they have a martyr. They have a real life Jesus Christ that they look up to and they feel like they need to fulfill his destiny. In the 2 weeks after Charlie Kirk's death, hundreds of students signed up to start chapters of Turning Point and over 60,000 students signed up to join them. This is not political election strategy. This is a cultural movement. And they have hundreds of millions of dollars to fund it. Absolutely, we can point to racism and sexism for one of the main contributing factors that Kamala Harris lost the 2024 election. But the reality is that Donald Trump created a 11-point shift in 18 to 29-year-old voters, specifically amongst young white male voters, and it is getting even worse in the past year. And before you say, well, look at the most recent election wins, doesn't that mean that we're challenging it? No, because the pendulum swing that happens is atypical over the course of the past 24 years after an elected president enters office. What Turning Point is doing is very much like what Jerry Falwell did with the conservative coalition in the 1970s and 1980s, where they turned conservative politics into a single issue, abortions. And it worked. It worked for almost 40 years. The DNC has to figure out a way to challenge this, and it can't just be funny memes that are trolling Donald Trump. We have to be on the ground. And yes, there are a few organizations that are attempting to do this, but they have nowhere near the organization and the funding that Turning Point USA has. So while everybody is laughing at the memes coming from America Fest, I see something terrifying, and it should terrify you as well. And we currently aren't doing anything to challenge it. Turning Point USA should terrify you.
Yep. I just wanted to remind people about that. What do you think about this Turning Point USA shit? Because
I just read that so my mom loves to fill me in on the stuff that's going on in my hometown. And apparently my hometown is trying to start a Turning Point chapter at their school. And it doesn't surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah.
Because there's mega churches all over that area, and I just don't understand all of the just hypocrisy about all of this. Just pisses me off so much. And I'm not, religious in any way anymore. But like, if Jesus were to pop down now, they'd deport his ass right away.
Yeah.
Like, guys, Jesus was an immigrant. He would hang out with the gays and the trans people and fight the power. But y'all are thinking he would pop down like a white man probably doing Zig Heils. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. So my thing is, again, and I want everybody to kind of keep this in their mind as we go throughout this. Like, what are we going to do about this shit? We got to start thinking in some way, because that man was actually very much so like right about what he was saying. We're not doing anything. Like, they are as crazy as a whole Turning Point USA fucking 30, they have 36 plus 100 chapters in high schools in the country right now, growing exponentially every day.
It's not just high schools, it's college campuses too.
That as well. Yeah, they started with college. Now they're on high school campuses.
And something that you have to remember too is, as someone who's from a more rural area, there's a lot of campuses in the rural areas that aren't just high schools, like they're middle and high school. So that can start these kids off even younger.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm gonna let you know, like, right now, they're fucking up
all
your
the
kids.
racism and
They're fucking up your kids, and especially white children. I think white children are in more danger than any black children are, or anybody else right now are. We are more obviously being affronted with danger. Y'all are being subliminally and like underhandedly like ripped off and in a lot of different ways that aren't as obvious. Like they're using your white comfort to think that all this shit's okay. Like, but one of the things that I did see that was crazy, I couldn't find the video anymore. It got removed or something, but it was Turning Point at somebody at a high school was recording the woman that was doing a presentation from Turning Point and talking about how MLK was, socialist, communist, and all this, and he deserved to die. And then started talking about how Charlie Kirk was the savior of the, like, they are going into people's schools and talking about this shit for real. So I just highly recommend that people keep an eye on that shit for real. Okay.
I think Jazzy's got a really good point here. If they actually read the Bible, they'd learn their scriptures and their warning about people doing this and using the word to manipulate people into doing evil. Exactly. They don't want to read it through. They want it read to them.
They have
it's all
comprehension. They don't even have like comprehension of what they read, so it don't matter if they read it or not.
I think it was last week I played a clip from The West Wing at the end of the show that was like him saying like, oh, so should I be burned at the stake if my cousin puts two crops next to each other, or like different fabrics touching? And it's like, if you want to live your life, and I'm so tired of this. I literally saw this the other day of somebody on my feed being like, I'm starting a Bible podcast and we're going to talk about the scripture every day and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay, I don't mean for this to go on like a giant religion rant, but one of the things that always pisses me off about these people is them talking about how they have a relationship with God or a relationship with Jesus. And I'm like, how can you have a relationship to somebody that you've never seen and that you've never, like, have they actually spoken to you? Like, physically, have you seen them and have you seen them speak to you? And they're like, well, no, but I've seen it in other, then no, stop it. Stop believing in this imaginary friend flying spaghetti monster, whatever. Like, use some facts and reality, because they're not here to. They're not. If the thing that really pisses me off is like when people love to talk about like, oh, God's so loving and forgiving, but it's like, bro, do you see what's going on in the world?
Loving and forgiving. And now,
like,
mind you, this not my law. No.
Like,
not the
everything happens.
No, thank you.
Everything happens for a reason. Tell those 20,000 parents that lost children in Gaza that was supposed to happen. Like,
I mean, there's so many people. I just watched. You know what I just watched the other day was finally the Perfect Neighbor. Man, I was like, that bitch should have been wrapped up a long time ago. The fact that shit happened happened over a course of months, that was only gonna lead towards that. Like, that bitch was a psycho, man. I'm sorry, man. You gotta watch out for these people because they be
look at like
nah, bro.
Look at these TV shows, like even Criminal Minds and like NCIS or Law and Order. Like, they don't make that shit just up. This is all based on cases that have literally happened.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm sure they falsify it a little bit, but this is stuff that's happened just in this country alone for most of it. And people are just like, oh, well, loving, forgiving, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I'm so sick of the, whatever. Because guess what's happening, you guys? Like, we're over here talking about, yay, Happy New Year. Oh, the holidays. Bruh, this shit, we got a whole nother year of this bullshit to go through, and God knows what the fuck could happen. From everything that I've seen in this one little year, we are in open field for some fuckery, you guys, some dangerous shit, and we have not done a fucking thing about it. You got some next, Katie?
Yep. Sorry, it was.
Oh, no problem. But yeah, let's just keep going.
Be the nominee, and I'll be one of the first to support him. I know it's early. What do you make of this? Is J.D. Vance the heir apparent here?
I think there needs to be representatives in the Republican Party who still believe international trade is good, who still believe in free market capitalism, who still believe in low taxes. See, it used to separate conservatives and liberals. The conservatives thought it was a spending problem. We didn't want more revenue. We wanted less spending. But now all these pro-tariff protectionists, they love taxes. And so they tax, and then they brag about all the revenue coming in. That has never been a conservative position. So I'm going to continue to try to lead a conservative free market wing of the party, and we'll see where things lead over time.
And that's not J.D. Vance.
No.
Okay. Senator Rand.
Now, I don't know if this is Rand Paul himself gunning for the presidency. I wouldn't be shocked to see him run in 2028, or just generally everyone being tired of J.D. Vance being talked about as the heir apparent and this incredible guy. But it's pretty bold of Rand Paul to come out and just say that Erica Kirk has no idea essentially what she's talking about when it comes to presidential politics or politics at large, to just say, no, you don't actually understand or know what the base of the party wants. You're just grifting. And that's the subtext, is that we want actual Republicans. We don't want people who are just going to serve kind of the corporate oligarchs, which is who funds Erica Kirk, mind you, and who's been giving her so much money, platforming her. Do you think Erica Kirk got to go on CBS without the approval of Larry Ellison? Do you think that Barry Weiss is there to elevate Erica Kirk because that's bad for the corporate oligarchs, the tech oligarchs who also back J.D. Vance? You don't think that Peter Thiel is happy to give a big donation to Turning Point USA if it means getting his puppet J.D. Vance in the White House? Yeah, all of these things are connected. This is not like a separate thing. It's not just because Erica grabbed his ass and was like, "Ooh, JD, have you been hitting legs?" No, all of these rich people are connected. They all want to see the destruction of our country and our way of life. Larry Ellison, what would
Jazzy? After all the rumors that have been going around, I'm not eating dinner tonight. Thanks, Jazz.
Yeah, hold on a second.
I haven't looked quite that close.
Yeah.
Now I want to zoom out. Now I don't even want to be here no more. Thanks, Jazzy. Happy holidays to you too. I appreciate that.
Well,
so I just want to make sure that everybody know, because first of all, I hate this bitch Erica. I don't know where the fuck she came from. I'm like, damn, I really wish that Charlie Kirk was still alive so I could ignore the both of them. But now we're here, and she came out of nowhere. I call her the weird ass whispering widow, because she always just does.
That's quite the alliteration right there.
Well, I always say, and then she goes like this. But you need to stop. Like, her shit be twitching, bro, like this.
She has no soul in her eyes.
She's creepy.
If you look at her, it's like there's no life there. And what has it been, like 3-4 months since her husband died? Like, dude.
Yeah. Well, one thing I will say that I want us to all, why does she always look up? I mean, we wish that all of them would look up, but
well, she's looking up because that's where she thinks her husband is, and he ain't up there.
I'm like, this is why you always looking up and can't find shit, because you looking the wrong way, bitch. He down there. Yeah, all the way down there. You need a shovel. You might need a mining crew, bitch. Okay. Anywho, but I just want us to, all jokes aside, keep in mind, if we're gonna move into 2026, who the fuck do we need to be looking out for, and how do we need to really go into this year? We need to be looking out for these bitches. These turning point people are ramping up their gear and their gas and their money and everything, and we cannot let them go unnoticed. Okay. And we need to find ways to get creative and counter their movements. And by turning point, like Erica, she's trying to do something. I don't know what it is, but let's shut that shit all the way the fuck down. Okay. So that's why I really wanted us to unfortunately have to kind of go through these videos, because me and Katie wanted to talk about more fun shit, but at the same time we kind of have to still be clear. And I want everybody to think about, how are we going to actually do 2026? We can't keep letting shit happen to us. We need to start planning and organizing shit so that it's not affecting us in such a strong way, in a hard way, and we have some sort of something going on to stop this shit from happening, in different ways to go around things. We are smarter than them. So, but we're not putting any effort in. And so I really need people to start thinking about this. What's our last one? And you know,
in case you missed it, like, JD Vance literally said at this crazy ass turning point thing, you don't have to apologize for being white anymore.
Yeah.
That's just going to make me apologize more.
He also said, I want more babies in the US. So they want people to have more babies. You know, and all sorts of, they don't want white people to be held accountable for anything. They just want y'all, you know, to just go ahead and start upbringing some of the nastiest parts of white people, which I think is not highly held in the best way. And so I need another thing. I need white people. I need y'all to get to it. 2026, what y'all got cooked up to make sure that we are changing these things? Exactly. We talked about this. Marley, you may not have seen where we were talking about earlier. Gotten here a little bit later. But yeah, we just mentioned that. You were right on topic. Anyway, but you know, one thing that I do like to see is our friend Roddy Rod Steamer. I think that's how you say his name. Mm-hmm. Go ahead and play that.
Welcome to Coachella. Oh yeah, this is the turning point. Trump and the two-piece, you're the Bloomberg man. Watch out for JD Vance. You are an Epstein teen. Young and sweet, under 17. If you're underage and look like Ivanka, better watch out for Donald Trump. Hell no. Pray for that girl. Watch that scene. She is an Epstein teen. Hell yeah. This goes out to Charlie Kirk.
Very good. Very good, sir.
Wow. The Epstein teen one got me.
Yeah. that was some bullshit. That's what I need y'all white people to get out there and do. Y'all can do that shit. that is something that y'all can go out there and do. So please do it. 2026, that's for you. The giraffe in the thong seems to be really irritating them though. And we need more of that just to be out there, like, and make it, hey, we don't gotta be miserable about it. Be creative, make it fun. And I think creativity should be our next word of the year. Like, let's get creative. Let's start thinking outside the box. You feel me? All right, let's go on to hey, thank you for being here. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We got some new people that joined in at the second segment. We got Deanna that popped in. We got Marley that popped in. Marley Jordan Jefferson 9575. Deanna 4556. Why the fuck did they change everybody?
I don't know. I wish it could just be the names again.
That shit's like raggedy as hell. Jazzy Renee, we got Jazzy over here as well. So anyway, thanks so much for being here. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Katie also has her article that came out. Check it out on our Substack. We got our new website. Please be sure to check that out. Our Instagram is usually moving. So we got a lot going on. I'm on a 2-week vacation, so I may or may not be doing stuff. I am not scheduling anything for myself right now.
I have to travel, but I'll still be here doing some techie things, hopefully.
And then also keep an eye out because I will be streaming my trip to New Orleans, my Cinderella trip to New Orleans, where I will fly to New Orleans, drop off there, party like this. Ooh, Happy New Year. Da-da-da-da-da. And then I'm going straight back to the airport from the party and taking my ass straight back to Oakland where I belong. And I will share the entire trip with you. So keep an eye out for that. I need to make a little flyer or something, just so you guys know when I go online or go stream and stuff. I've got my itinerary set, so it's going to be a good time. And I'm just going to go out there and just be me.
I'm jealous.
Meet some people and then not even fucking say, I'm going the fuck back to the house. God, if all goes to plan. As of course,
maybe next year I can join you.
Hey, maybe after we figure some shit out. Anyway, let's keep going. What's our next segment, Katie? Drop it down for us.
All right. Women taking over. Let's go.
The Woman in Trump's America 2025 wrapped. Let's go. Lawmakers in South Carolina, North Dakota, Oklahoma, and Indiana introduced bills classifying abortion as homicide, opening the door to life imprisonment or the death penalty for patients and providers. South Carolina proposed up to 30 years in prison for abortion with no rape or incest exceptions. Georgia advanced a bill to classify abortion as homicide. We saw the growing elimination of rape and incest exceptions in truly the most disgusting way. We saw Idaho, West Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and more introduce legislation to remove rape exceptions from their state's abortion policies, a totally normal thing to spend time on. We saw a huge increase in pregnancy surveillance in 2025. Texas law enforcement used 83,000 license plate readers, scanning 6,300 cameras across state lines to track a woman who they suspected traveled for abortion care. Indiana tried to make abortion records public. Missouri proposed a state-run registry of pregnant people they deem at risk for seeking abortion. Louisiana attempted to indict a New York doctor for prescribing abortion pills across state lines. We saw attacks on birth control escalate. New data showed up showing that 130,000 people per a day were losing access to contraception due to federal funding freezes. 121 million people in the United States now live with restricted access to birth control, and $10 million worth of federally purchased birth control was destroyed. We saw the defunding and dismantling of reproductive health infrastructure. The Supreme Court allowed states to block Medicaid funding for Planned Parenthood, cutting off cancer screenings, STI testing, and pelvic exams. The budget bill devastated access to care for women across the country. Maternal mortality got worse. New data showed that Black women die at 3.5 times the rate of white women during pregnancy. People living in the abortion-banned states were found to be twice as likely to die during pregnancy. Mississippi declared a public health emergency due to rising infant mortality following Roe's overturning. We saw a provider exodus and healthcare systems collapse in 2025. Idaho lost more than 1/3 of its OBGYNs. 42% of abortion providers in near total ban states have relocated. Texas lost 1 in 5 reproductive health clinicians. Entire regions have now become maternity care deserts. Economic and workforce impacts were numerous. 300,000 Black women were pushed out of the U.S. labor force in 2025. The gender pay gap widened for the second consecutive year, the first time this has ever happened since the 1960s. And we heard endless stories like Tiara Walker from Texas of women who were killed because of their state's abortion bans. We heard of an unmarried woman in Tennessee being denied prenatal care, and the absolutely nauseating story of Audrina Smith in Georgia, where despite being brain dead, was kept on life support against her family's wishes to be treated as an incubator. It was a tough year for women, but 2026 is a year where we can fight back at the ballot boxes. Year as a Woman in Trump's America 2025.
Wow. That was women in 2025. What do you think, Katie?
Okay. Oh, God. Okay, so I don't think my in-laws or any of their family watch this show. But so for me, so I have a 3-year-old, but I am also pregnant. And I'm going to, talk about that. I'm in like second trimester, and I got a new OB from the last time when I had Emma. And I love this OB because first of all, they're amazing. And second of all, I say flat out to them, like, hey, we are not anti-vaxxers. We want to do all the vaccinations. We want to make sure everything's okay and ask all the questions in the world. And those doctors are so thankful that we are not like those kinds of people and are like, thank you. Like, thank you. They're like, thank you for listening to actual healthcare. And like, modern medicine has basically saved everybody in our family.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not going to take that chance. Like, the hospital that I'll go to this time is directly connected with the NICU that Emma was in for all of her time. And like, just to be on the safe side. So we're already right there with the best care. And when I hear all of this stuff, especially with pregnancy and like and pregnant women and stuff, it's like, who the hell are you to tell a woman what they should or should not do with their body? And the fact of like just listening to all those statistics just makes me so angry and so sad for women and for children. Like I saw this one video today that was
the children. Yeah, because like the women are being forced to have the children, and then they can't take care of the children. They die half of the time. Both,
and then the benefits that they need
that die early now. I mean, the children lose their mother. I mean, it's just on and on and on.
And like the foster care system is a joke. People don't take it seriously, or kids just are set up to fail. And then they take away the programs that help, children in need, like SNAP or CHIPS and so it's like
the free lunches for everybody.
And so it's like, how can you sit there and say, oh, we're so pro-life, the babies. What about all these living, breathing babies? And what about all these women? If you keep fucking up the science and fucking up the health, it's just going to get worse.
And I'm sorry, unless men know how to fucking like reproduce and shit.
Most men. And the other one that really pisses me off is like when men try to tell women, or they try to tell like the doctor, like, oh no, she's gonna be doing a natural birth with no drugs. I'm sorry. Is that child coming out of you? No? Then shut the fuck up.
Oh, like, you must have learned how to have a butt baby like Satan.
Are you a seahorse? and literally they'll make when women have to get an epidural, the needle is like, it's big. And they make most men leave the room because they'll pass out when they see the needle. Meanwhile, we're the ones with the one getting the needle shoved in our spine. There's a reason women have the babies and that women have the periods and all of this stuff, because
bunch of bitches.
Because we're fucking badasses and they're all just weak little men.
Hey, yo, I'm looking at the thumbnail. This shit is clean. I'm just now seeing the thumbnail because it was something different earlier. I was like, hey, Katie.
Yeah, it didn't post at first. I was like, oh my God, did they take it down? And then I guess I just never got it.
Yeah, no, it looks great. It's very festive. It looks amazing. Hey, shout out to Katie. She really be on it. Anyway, what's next? What's next on our agenda here?
Oh boy. Hold on. Let's see. Oh. Speaking of men being bitches, hold on.
It's more than.
Let me restart this. As my old teacher used to say, live by technology, die by technology. All right.
Relationships more than women do. One of the most persistent cultural stereotypes, the lonely older woman surrounded by cats, is completely backward. Women without partners spread their emotional investment across their friendships, work, and family. They diversify their identity. Men don't. The studies show when men lose a relationship, they often lose their only source of emotional regulation, companionship, and ultimately stability. And this fallout is becoming one of the biggest social crises of our time. Experts warn that isolated men drift into conspiracy content, online misogyny, gambling addictions, extremist politics, porn dependency, and rage forums, not because they're inherently hateful, but because they have nowhere to put their pain. And that pain eventually lands on women. Women become the emotional shock absorbers for men who were never taught how to manage their loneliness. The message is very clear. Men don't just want relationships, they need them to survive. And when they don't have them, everyone around them pays the price. Men need relationships.
Okay, first of all, I don't know where the fuck they got this Disney Prince, Knight's Tale looking ass, Disney song singing handsome motherfucker from. That is
He is from Australia.
Oh, of course. But he's speaking factoids, and who looks like that anymore? He looked like Prince Eric from The Little Mermaid, just blonde.
But he's right.
Yeah.
He's so right. I remember there would be points with me where like I would talk, I would get frustrated with myself, and I would feel like in my relationship, especially with my husband, I'd be like, what am I bringing to the table? Because sometimes I just feel like I'm not. One of the things he would say was like, he says like, you help me figure out it's okay to feel and to express that and not just let everything sit. And that's women just, we help do that because we feel everything.
Yeah, and we're also experiencing more oppression. So of course we are going to feel and perceive things differently. And so that's, I mean, in a lot of ways. I mean, we just were talking about how white people are kind of the victims of this more than Black and brown people are. Men are more of a victim of the assault that's coming from this place, because they are not experiencing what gay men feel or women feel like. So they just are not really experiencing, and so they don't have to live their life in a different way, you know what I mean? And so again, that's why they are the more easily victimized by these ideologies, you know what I mean? If that makes sense.
They've been taught for years, just like, don't express your emotion, it makes you.
Yeah, there's a form of indoctrination, I guess you could say, or I don't really know the words, scientific way to spell it out for you, but like, it just, they don't have to think about the things that we have to think about. They don't have to deal with pain and deal with emotion and suffering the way that we do. And so they actually can kind of just cruise, especially if you're a white man, cruise right through life and be pretty much okay. And that's what makes you a bitch right there, because you have never had to feel no type of pain or suffering or fear or nothing, because you never had to experience any of those experiences and feelings. That's why you think everything is all like, oh my God, you're affronted by everything. Yeah. So really all these men are a bunch of bitches.
They're just as bad as pearl clutchers.
Oh. Oh my. She lays it down really nicely. I like her.
Said that Klay Thompson was the first man to ever treat her so nice and so kind. And it has sparked a conversation on Twitter of men talking about the tragic experience of being a woman's first good man. So I took it upon myself to royally piss off the men having this conversation and say, being a woman's first good man is the price that men pay for not holding their male counterparts accountable to be better and exiling the ones who refuse to step up. This wouldn't be a thing if more of y'all were good. And honey, they did not like that answer. However, I said what I said, I told what I told, and I meant it. Because here's the thing, men as a whole have created a culture that surrounds treating women poorly. Y'all support male artists who all they rap about is degrading women. Y'all look at any men in the limelight who love and respect their women and want to get married and such as simps. Y'all pick on them in your personal lives. You call them whip, you call them soft. Y'all have created a narrative that to treat women right is lame and to do us dirty is good. And y'all also really care about what your homeboys think and don't want to go against the bro code of it all. So when you hear your homeboys talking crazy about women, you don't check them. When you hear the men in your family talking and they treat women poorly, you don't check them because that's going against bro code. If you want to behave that way, then a byproduct of that behavior is women who don't know how to behave when they get a man who treats them properly, aka being a woman's first good man. You don't get to be cowards when it matters and then also be upset at the byproduct of your cowardice. How do y'all want to be leaders and be deemed and seen as leaders when we're telling y'all here's an issue, y'all go fix it? Suddenly now it isn't your responsibility. Because the amount of men under that tweet with their hands up like, what you want us to do? I can control what a man does. He ain't my responsibility. I thought y'all want to be leaders. What happened? Change the narrative. Change what y'all deem acceptable amongst men. And I guarantee a lot of this issue that y'all are having of being a woman's first good man would dissipate. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a girl, right? So Megan Thee Stallion.
Thank you. Thank
She
you.
was basically describing like one of my exes when she was talking about men being like, and all that stuff. I was like, oh, and I'm just listening to it and I'm like, thank God my husband's not.
I don't know if I don't know if y'all remember that like chaotic episode that we went through when I sat and listened to all those dudes, talk, right? Okay, so that's really what it is, and that's really what I was trying to convey but they're so loud and just kind of like deet that they couldn't like get it, but really my point was, okay, so all the women are here and you are the Lord Emperor God of all, Jesus Christ, right? And women ain't shit. And I am waiting on your orders on the beach. And in the time that I've been waiting for your instructions, I have built my own shelter, learned how to make margaritas, and made myself a little bongo drum and a little bikini. And I got myself a little cat friend. I'm eating good. I'm fishing. And I got a couple of homegirls and we kicking it on the beach. We've learned how to do agriculture and shit. And y'all still over there. Y'all have not figured out any orders to give us. So we just been waiting here for you. Making sure we're nice and strong for whenever you're gonna get some leadership going.
I don't even know where that whole thing started. I just heard something about margaritas on a beach. And I'm like, where is she going with it?
What I mean is that, like, if you're gonna be the leader, then you need to give me some shit like to do. Otherwise, I'm just gonna mosey on off and go ahead and do the fuck whatever else I'm gonna do. And then when you're ready and you're like, knock knock, hey, now we have your orders because I'm the leader, then you can let me know. But literally, we spent 9 hours and we were like, okay, so what are the women supposed to do while all the mighty men around,
The mighty, mighty men. The mighty, mighty men who, when you ask them, hey, can you find this for me?
The mighty, mighty men manning around all manly.
The mighty, mighty men, when you ask them, hey, can you grab this for me? It's right here, and it's right in front of their face, and they say, I don't see it. Those mighty men.
Yeah, I'm like, I know I can't see. You asking a blind, like a legitimate blind person to look, and for some reason I can find all your shit, and I literally am fucking blind. Without these glasses, I am fucking useless. Crazy. All right, what's next? Keep it rolling, because this gets fun. This gets really, really interesting. Oh, men aren't emotional. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Wait! Just catch it, please.
Oh, no.
Pick it.
No way.
I can't take this anymore. Bro, what did you do? Are you out of your mind? That's a $900. No. Shut up, you mother. Why am I looking?
Ain't that like yo shit?
Like one of them, I heard one of them scream like, "That's a $900 TV." Like, yeah, like, oh my god, that's
like, bro, it is not that serious.
I wish.
And we're the problem, and we're supposed to be following your orders. Oh, mighty, mighty, manly one.
I wish that I had money like that to spend. Like, oh, let me just go out and buy another $500. That
is some shit that need help, bro. I don't like that shit. That shit is like, I don't care how mad I get. I'm not ripping nothing off of nothing. I'll just like kind of cry or just be really mad. Or if I'm mad and you're in front of me, I will verbally obliterate your ass until you never ever want to come outside again. That's how I do my shit. You know what I mean? Like, I will handle you if I'm that mad. I'm not putting hands on you. I will like emotionally destroy you forever. That's how I handle my shit. But you know,
yes, we definitely need therapy.
Come on now, bro. How the whole other side of the species is just doing this shit on a regular schmegler.
Well, let's not forget who were all the leaders that started wars. It wasn't women.
Oh, we're gonna get into that. Hey, like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you for being here, because this gets interesting. But yeah, we have a little bit more.
Let me explain. The original is always more advanced than the copy. Every human starts as female by default. Scientifically, the female blueprint is the original template of life. The male body only appears after the embryo edits itself using testosterone, meaning man is literally a modification of a woman, a copy, an update, not the source. So how can the copy claim leadership over the original? How can the edited version claim to be the creator? The feminine brain is more advanced. This is where it gets uncomfortable for people raised on male-centered religion. Women have a larger corpus callosum, faster information processing, higher emotional intelligence, better long-term memory, stronger intuitive reasoning, ability to multitask seamlessly, greater brain-to-body connection. Women are naturally wired for leadership, decision-making, and reading the world on multiple levels at once. Men operate in single channels. Women operate in full networks. So if God is a man, why did he give the woman the better brain? Let that sink in. Woman is the natural leader.
Well, there you go.
Oh, damn.
Prettier, too.
Well, yeah.
There are some handsome men out there. But what I will say is, like, it ain't even really about that. It doesn't have to be like that. You know what I mean? If men would listen a little bit more and actually put some effort into bettering themselves and not just fighting so hard for something that doesn't even really work for them either. You know, the patriarchy doesn't benefit men either. It only benefits certain men.
Rich
white men. Again, so all of these things go back to the same fucking source. You feel me? And so, oh my God, it's exhausting.
I feel like we're just like trapped in this like roundabout.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you drive, but like there's no exit. It's like once you get on, you can't get off.
Yeah, we're just like, oh, look at that, Epstein. Oh, look at that, school shootings. Oh, look at that, you know, somebody got deported again. Oh, look at that, women's rights. Oh, they been gone. I didn't even know I would see anything about that. Oh, look at that. Oh, this nigga done put a fucking monument up on Kennedy Center. Oh, Lord have mercy. Now,
hey pal, you just blowing from Stupid Town?
And so I'm just, yeah, it feels very repetitive. You feel me? It's just, it's, oh God. I want off. Hell. Oh, this is interesting. I'm excited that we finally got here. Okay. I really want to know what you guys think about this in the chat. So
y'all remember these videos
that I just learned
a couple months ago?
Would you want to live in a planet of all women?
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, it'd be so peaceful. I would have the best time.
Would be interesting, yeah.
I would feel very safe. I would, in a heartbeat.
Yes, but I do also love my husband.
I think I'd be fine with that. Would you want to live on a planet of all men?
All men? Fuck no. Absolutely fucking not. Where's the nearest cliff?
If there's beer, maybe. No, it will be pretty boring.
Probably not. Probably not. Even men annoy me sometimes.
Probably not. Nah, that would suck ass. Yeah, sure.
Wait, really?
Yeah. And I'm not gonna say anything, but of course he would say that. But anyways, so we all remember those videos, right? Now, if y'all don't remember, we're gonna go through this real quick because I want to get to the good parts. The reaction to this was very interesting, very predictable, but still interesting nonetheless. The way that men responded to this was pretty. I mean, it really just showed the state of men. It really did, right?
A group of women were asked, I don't know how many people, but a group of women were asked, could they live on a planet of all women? Just nothing but women.
The fake narcissist laugh is crazy. Like that, like it's hilarious watching men be like perform like this when I know that they know that makes a lot of sense. You know what I mean? Like that women saying that they would actually live on the planet should make perfect sense to me. And it does make perfect sense to me. So they have to perform and act like it doesn't because they can't actually say the quiet part out loud.
Did you know this is the only city where only women live and no man is welcome? Yes, you heard that right. And the craziest thing, this place has had a 0 crime rate for 48 years straight.
They don't even
What
like
they
each other.
say?
So a lot of them said, yeah.
Get the fuck out of
Yeah,
here,
a
bro.
lot of them said, I probably
I've never
seen
seen women get along before.
and see, and that's the thing. No, that's very important.
No, it's
That's
not.
it is very important.
No, it's not.
It is because
They're gonna. Okay.
a lot.
How important them getting along mean if you're on a planet by yourself?
Oh, they gonna kill themselves.
Let me
They're
play
gonna
the
be
clip real
extinct.
quick.
nigga.
Hold up, Marley.
They're gonna.
Just hold tight, Marley.
It looked like he was somewhere in like Oregon or something.
It's all good, Marley. We got you. Don't worry. We just gonna go through the story. We got you. We ain't gonna leave you hanging.
Die.
Yeah.
Just from not accomplishing shit.
Right. They're
That's
about
what's gonna
arguing. About arguing with each other.
Not knowing how to fix
There was
it.
one woman. Is that the clip? One woman
Yes,
said she like, well, shit. Can men come on but once a month or some shit like that?
Yeah, like for what?
Yeah.
The craziest thing is listening to them talk about women arguing when men are literally dropping atomic bombs on each other and doing drone strikes. So women are going to destroy each other, but men won't.
Do you think the world would be better without men?
Go to the next timestamp, because if you guys want to watch this full video, we'll keep it in the link down below. It's actually, I really love his work. It's very refreshing. So if you want to see men out here doing good work, definitely check the public offender out for real. We've shown him on the channel before, but yeah.
I'm gonna let this play and run to the restroom.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
It was something probably was gonna pop off, but you know when I never saw nothing pop off, when it was 2-to-1, women to men or girls to men, girls to boys. I never saw a party get shot up when it was 2 girls for every 1 boy at the park. I done been to 50, 100 parties that got shot up because it was more men there than there were women. There was more boys there than there were girls. Like, y'all just, the shit y'all be saying is just stupid. The propaganda y'all just start talking like white men. Y'all just start telling that shit that they told y'all to say about women. Women can't get along. Who's gonna govern? The same shit they say about black people. If you got rid of all the white people, black people, would you be able to govern? Yeah, we invented governments. We've been governing ourselves. What are you talking about? If you kill all the colonizers, who's gonna farm? Who's gonna make the blueprints for the cities? What? We don't have to wonder though what it would look like in a place that had all women.
Did you know this is the only city where only women live and no man is welcome? Yes, you heard that right. And the craziest thing, this place has had a 0 crime rate for 48 years straight. This one...
What? Remember all them goofy ass laughs? They gonna hate that. They gonna kill everybody. They hate each other. Let's hear it again, y'all. Hold on. Take it from the top. Take it from the top. Let's hear it one more time.
Did you know this is the only city where only women live and no man is welcome? Yes, you heard that right. And the craziest thing, this place has had a 0 crime rate for 48 years straight. This 1,000-acre land is run by over 40 women, and they live entirely off-grid, generating power from solar panels, hauling water from gravity-fed systems, growing over 80% of their food, from potatoes to medicinal herbs, and only spend less than $500 a month to live like queens.
Who gonna farm? Who's gonna farm? It's gonna be violent. They hate each other. 0 crime, women farming. Let's keep going.
But the most mind-bending rule, no male births are allowed to be raised on the land. If a resident gives birth to a boy, she temporarily moves out until he's old enough to leave the community. And guess what? Not even the president can visit here, unless she is a woman, because this community has functioned without a single police officer, sheriff call, or 911 report since the 1970s. But can you actually become a resident if you want? Well, technically no. Even if you offered $1 million, you still wouldn't get in, because the land isn't for sale. And the only way in is by invitation. And that invitation must be approved by every single woman with a 100% unanimous vote. This is Woman's Land, located in the state of Oregon.
Who's going to govern? They can't govern themselves.
I was right. It was Oregon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you were. They seem like I know there might be some stipulations to the type of women that can be there, but all as a whole, it seems like women are pretty okay with making things work out all right without men. They seem to be cool. And I don't even care to know where the fuck they at, because I don't want to even blow up the spot. I hope they live peacefully forever. It does sound nice. It really do. Maybe that's why Women's Land is
Jazzy looked it up, it looks like.
Women's Land. That's how you should pronounce it.
International community organized by lesbian separatists to establish countercultural women-centered space without the presence of men.
Sounds lovely.
48 years, no crime. It's crazy.
Not even a lesbian, but hey, I will be without sex or whatever. I got my own sources, to help myself, but like if that were like my choice in a very dire situation, and it was like you die or live in with all women, I'm like, get out of here. Sorry, guys. Going over there. That sounds nice. What do you think?
I think that is.
That's why these dudes, and then there. You should read the comments of this video, because there are a lot of people dropping like information about how like women could actually survive for a few generations just because of like sperm banks and all sorts of stuff. That we would like totally be okay.
It's not surprising.
Yeah. So new information, you guys. And I really want like this episode to be about what are we going to do in 2026? What are we going to use? Are we going to start getting new ideas to counteract these things? Women definitely need to take a forefront into leadership. We have good news from a lot of senators that are coming up in 2026 that I think it's senators or elections all over the United States that might be governors and all sorts of shit. But it's like 5 or 6, 7 Black women, I think, as well, or women. I can't remember. It was kind of a long time ago. But yeah, that's something to look forward to. I think more leadership of women needs to happen, and I think we need to start really standing up and taking these leadership roles, because clearly it's not being handled well by what's going on with these men right now. They need help.
Look at the people just carrying Congress alone. It's the Democratic women that are stepping up.
Exactly. I mean, like, this shit is getting out of control, and it's all men. So if you don't want it to be that, then start changing your behavior. But if I don't see any change in behavior and you keep acting worse and worse, nah, bruh, we're gonna have to come up with new solutions to put an end to this. And so, because this is not sustainable. So anywho, let's go into our last little piece of this. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and thank you for being here. Oh, did Katie drop off? Oh, there she goes.
That was weird. I hit like a button on my mouse. I hit like a button on my mouse, and it was like, let's get you off of here. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Them women probably acting quick, Jazzy, with this one. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not allowed. I think there's a pretty much signs everywhere that say, hey, men not welcome here, boys. Penises. No.
Be the only one who feels like Christmas has shifted, especially this year. Something feels different, quieter, heavier, less automatic, less sincere. And I didn't lose my love for Christmas. I lost my tolerance for pretending. For pretending that joy can be automated, calculated, packaged, and sold, and still keep it sold in a country where truth is rationed and mercy conditional. For pretending everything is just fine because the calendar insists that it's time to celebrate. December still arrives dressed in silver and pine, and the songs still play and the lights still shine, but the air feels thinner now, tight in the chest, short on breath, like something sacred slipped the line between tradition and time, and we're told to smile and clap like everything's fine. It's hard to speak of peace when people are pulled from it. It's hard to toast to goodwill when cruelty is curated and polished and branded as discipline. We're told to celebrate abundance while scarcity is systemized to decorate destruction and call division civilized, and I can't do that. I can't clap on beat to a nation off tempo with humanity. I can't wrap gifts while families are being unwrapped, split, displaced, scattered, and then told their suffering is strategy, their pain, unnecessary policy change. And here's the truth we keep dancing around. This is happening in the name of Christianity by people who claim Christ, quote scripture, and crown their policies and politics with faith while cutting clean against everything Jesus ever said. Christ was born displaced, born in poverty under empire where power was praised and cruelty was codified. Jesus didn't hoard power. He handed it away. He didn't worship wealth. He warned that it would rot the soul. He didn't build walls, he crossed them. He didn't blame the vulnerable. So when Trump and MAGA invoke Jesus to justify cruelty, sanctify exclusion, and punish mercy, that isn't faith, that's blasphemy dressed in patriotism, sold as tradition, and they're unashamed. And I had to stop pretending I could celebrate Christmas the same way while that hypocrisy went unnamed. But here's what I learned. What I thought I lost wasn't Christmas, it wasn't joy, it was an illusion, placating as a toy. I was grieving a nostalgic version of life that never fully told the truth. A myth that asked us to look away so we could feel good, and losing that myth felt like a loss until I realized it was a wake-up call. Because once I stopped trying to go back, I found my way forward. Once I stopped asking, why didn't I feel the same? I started asking, what can I do to change the game? That's when I heard something inside of me say, is your joy ready to adapt? And answer that question, and then maybe you can help bring joy back. Joy that leads instead of distracts. Joy that holds grief without breaking under it. Joy that refuses denial and chooses depth. Joy that is not perfect. Joy that doesn't need permission. Joy that understands the moment we're in and said, let's keep going. So if you're wondering how you're supposed to feel this Christmas, listen to me. You don't have to perform cheer. You don't have to recreate a memory. You don't have to live inside of a myth. You're allowed to let joy lead, let love lead, let community and kindness set the direction, because abundance was never about spending to increase joy's protection. It was never about decorating over discomfort. True abundance comes when we build a world so full of love and joy that celebration becomes the only expression that makes sense. So if Christmas feels different this year, maybe it's because it's telling the truth, and maybe that truth isn't something to mourn, but something to carry. They haven't taken the spirit, they just revealed it. And if we let love, joy, community, and kindness lead, this won't be a season we just survive. It'll be a season of abundance that actually means it. And finally, we can be unified. Now, I know I can't be the only one who feels like.
Wow. Very nice. Did you like that? I knew you would like that.
I did, yeah. Jazzy brings up a good point of giving gifts that you think people will like, and then they don't like, and they never tell you.
Totally. I like those meaningful gifts. Yeah, the one that's like, I don't know, and I like the ones that are kind of weird and obscure and kind of like,
but like they mean something to you.
Yeah, exactly. I like those too. That's why I like giving people rocks like that I find at the beach. You know, and maybe my friends don't really like it, but I'm like, here you go, you know, and I really am excited about it, and they accept it, and I think they like it because it's really meaningful that I'm giving it this rock that I really like to you. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I keep it because I like rocks. Okay, I don't give away all my rocks. But yeah, no, I thought that was a very nice, just kind of artsy Instagram post that I saw today. And I love when I run across something like that. You know what I mean? Something a little bit more interesting and powerful besides just the regular scroll through type shit. You feel me?
That's funny, Jazzy. My mom is definitely a fan of like the super sentimental gifts. She still has stuff that like I've made for her over the years, like a photo album.
Oh, go ahead and read that. Did either of us read that?
Can you read it? Ooh.
Yeah, I've got my mom so much stuff, and she just stores it in the closet because it's sentimental. I'm like, I didn't buy this for you to hoard it in the closet. Lol. Yeah. For real. We all have some shit like that. It's like
Yeah.
sometimes I find like use out of it though. Like I just kind of hold on to it for a while. You know what I mean? So
Something I've realized over the years is Christmas gifts. Like when people give me gifts, it shows me how much they don't really know me.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm also in a stage, especially with Emma, where it's like I have a lot of family, so they all get her stuff for Christmas. So then that's less pressure on us to have to get like all these things. Because I remember I think it was last year, we had to have my parents like bring the rest of her gifts in like the car because she just got so much stuff. And we go away for the holidays. So yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, well, I don't know. I'll tell you a little bit about my holiday experience in a little bit. Let's just get through the next clip and then I'll.
I'm singing to hide the sadness. Our country is going to ruins. I'm smiling despite the horrors, and my loan bills are due. I'll never afford a mortgage unless the mortgage collapses. But then there'd be a recession, and that'd be bad too. The people can't live on minimum wage, but the rich are exempt from taxes while their assets accrue. The ozone is getting thinner, our world is so quickly warming. The glaciers are gonna melt till all the earth is just blue. AI is replacing artists and critical thinking also. It's draining our drinking water to write an essay for you. The global elite play games with our lives, and they're buying the cable news show so we won't know what's true. The orange is doing war crimes and guarding the Constitution. Supreme Court is gonna let him till elections are through. We're tearing apart more families, ignoring their human rights, and then putting them into cages like they're stuck in a zoo. The rich get more rich because they're making the rules, but they pit us against each other so we won't stage a coup. I'm singing to hide the sadness. Our country is going to ruins. I'm smiling despite the horrors, and my loan bills are due.
Very nice. Very nice.
Wow. I like it.
No. Oh my. What's a piece? Lovely. So yes, happy holidays, motherfuckers. What's up? Let's get up in there. Y'all having a good 2 week? Well, I got 2 weeks off, so I'm about to like be having a good time. But well, maybe I don't know. I'm gonna feel what I feel.
My husband had school today, and he still has a half day tomorrow.
Okay, but he almost there.
Pennsylvania does not like to give 2 weeks off.
Oh, that's whack.
Yeah.
Man, slap the fuck out of Pennsylvania. Like just pow. Give him a backhand too. All right, ready?
That's exactly what we should do.
Watching home, Santa just is white, but this person is just arguing that maybe we should also have a black Santa. But Santa is what he is, and just so you know, we're just debating this because someone wrote about it, kids. Yeah. Jesus was a white man too.
If I see anything with black Santa on it, I'm buying it. No hesitation. A mug in the cart. Ornament, mine. Wrapping paper, don't even ask questions. And it's not just because it's cute. It's because Black Santa has real history tied to civil rights, resistance, and reclaiming joy. Black Santa didn't just appear in major retailers one day. His story starts in a very uncomfortable place: blackface and minstrel shows. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, Black Santas were often white performers in blackface. They were portrayed as bumbling, foolish, exaggerated caricatures meant to mock Black people and remind us we didn't belong in the fantasy of Christmas, generosity, or innocence. Even joy was segregated. But at the same time, real Black men, especially in Black communities like Pittsburgh, started dressing as Santa for their neighborhoods. They faced ridicule, backlash, and racism for it. Imagine being told you couldn't even embody joy because Blackness itself was seen as incompatible with it. Then comes a reclaiming. In the 1930s, Bill Bojangles Robinson, yes, that tap dancer, hosted massive Christmas events for Black children in Harlem. He presented Black Santa as warm, generous, proud, and deeply rooted in community. This wasn't a gimmick. This was Black people defining ourselves. By the 1950s and 60s, during the Civil Rights Movement, Black Santa became political. Activists pushed department stores to hire Black Santas, not just for symbolism, but for jobs, dignity, and economic access. The message was clear. If Black money is welcome, Black joy has to be too. Inner city malls began hiring Black Santas to reflect the families actually shopping there. Kids could finally see themselves in the magic. Parents saw someone who looked like them, holding space for joy without explanation or apology. By the 1970s, Black Santa gained mainstream acceptance, even in legacy department stores like Macy's. And today, Black Santa stands for something bigger than Christmas. He represents identity, visibility, and the right to joy on our own terms. So yeah, if I see something with Black Santa on it, I'm buying it because it's not just decoration. It's history. It's reclamation. We weren't waiting to be invited. We were reclaiming what was already ours.
For all you kids watching at home, Santa just is white, but this person.
Wow, what a shocker. Another thing white people tried to take away from Black culture.
Yeah, no, I didn't know that. So, I mean, I'm not shocked, but yeah, I love learning little new things like that. Because they don't be trying to tell you this stuff, and it makes so much more sense. And I think that it's so much better for everybody to know how things worked so that we can make things work better, you know? And
Jazzy's like, what child watches Fox by choice? That would be like walking into a doctor's office and Fox News is on the TV. If I ever see that, I am walking the fuck out.
Oh yeah. They got fucking ivermectin ready for your ass before you even sign your papers to get in there. They're just gonna jab you in the neck and be like, come on in. Fuck that. All right. What else is left?
Eat, learn, play, update. Fezzy Field gives out trees.
Oh yeah, let's do both of those. So these are some Oakland new thing updates from Eat, Learn, Play with Steph and Aisha Curry, who do a lot. They always do this, so I mean, I don't know how many years they've been doing this, but check it out.
Each student picks his or her own books. So many of the books chosen to reflect kids like them.
To the point of it not just being the volume of books, but the quality and the culture relevant and age appropriate selections and the interaction. Like I get to go and choose your own adventure for these kids.
And speaking to the teachers that we've worked with, what's really been important for the kids and has fostered a joy and love of reading is them being able to see themselves in the stories and throughout the pages of the books.
What grade are y'all in? In Oakland, the Currys are like royalty. Their foundation also pays for what is called high-dosage literacy tutoring.
How does that work? We're trying to create equitable access to kids that need it on time, at the right time, in the right setting. And that one-on-one interaction is the most important part of it because a kid feels like you're here for me.
Each student picks his or her own books. So many of the books chosen to reflect kids like them.
To the point of it not just being the volume of books, but the quality and the culture relevant and age appropriate selections and the interaction. Like I get to go and choose your own adventure for these kids.
And speaking to the teachers that we've worked with, what's really been important for the kids and has fostered a joy and love of reading is them being able to see themselves in the stories and throughout the pages of the books.
What grade are y'all in? In Oakland, the Currys are like royalty. Their foundation...
Sorry, I didn't realize it repeated.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. No, but I didn't either. I was captivated in the story. Anyway, No, so that was an update on what Steph and Aisha are doing. They
Me
always
too,
do that.
Debbie.
I do too. I love that shit. I remember one year because my mom works at a school. She had like 2 extra boxes of like hella like brand new top quality, very shiny books. Or like there was like a whole solar system astronaut book in there that was cool that I read a few times. And there was hella cool shit in there, and we ended up just giving them out to other people that didn't get the boxes. And it was very nice to just feel that type of engagement, especially, and I think that was during the pandemic as well. So, and they've just continued that. And so let's play this next one with Festus Ezeli, who is also, if you don't know, what he won a championship. He was on the Warriors as well with Steph Curry and all of them. And so he is giving out Christmas trees out here.
Wow, they picking that's a nice one. That's a nice one. Schools like us don't get these opportunities where parents can pick any tree they want, blessed with ornaments, free books, holiday cheer like this. So we're grateful for the opportunity.
So guys, we are here in Oakland right now. This is the Generation Thrive's first Christmas tree giveaway. And we're giving away trees, but really what we're giving away is joy. And I'm so excited because the energy here right now is unreal. This is one of the trees that one of the families picked out. Why is this so important to you?
It's important because it brings holiday cheer and it also makes kids happy. And that's what we want to do at the school. Bring joy to families and to kids.
Where was the school?
Martin Luther King Elementary School. Dr. Martin Luther King Elementary School. One, two, three.
Thank you to the Golden State Community Foundation. Most importantly, thank you, Executive President Ayanna Moody. Incredible job.
Go Ayanna! Yay! Wow.
So there are some positive things that are going on in some communities.
So cool.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, they're super cool. I love the Warriors organization, all the sports communities out here in the Bay just do so good. You know, they really do good work. And so I'm very happy to have that. That makes me feel safe, you know, and I encourage other places all over the country to start doing things like this, because it's the little things that we all contribute to help our communities, the people closest to us, that really makes an impact. And then it grows and it makes us more powerful and united and stronger together, because it really, it's like a web. It's like a network that spreads out itself out when we all kind of just reach out to the people closest to us. So that's kind of what I wanted to spread, because so we got to spread all that information. We got to spread all the love. We got to spread all the gifts and the resources and the education and the whatever, the support, the healthcare, and whatever you got that you can give to somebody else that you don't need at that time is going to come back to you if you really get the network working. You know what I mean? And so we have to start working smarter. We have to start thinking about who can actually stand up and be a leader of our movements. We need to start actually actively doing something, because watching these fucking news stories over and over again and then getting blank pieces of fucking construction paper for as a essay that we've been waiting for 30 days, that's a F-. And that should lead to having consequences, and we're not even doing that. And so if either we could sit here and bitch and whine for a whole nother year while we get fucked, or we can do something about it.
Yeah. And
That's
I'm just so sick of these people just literally just trying to trigger people and fuck up their lives even more. I mean, and I talk about this in the Substack that I wrote of just this is about the victims. This is about not letting anybody get away with this, no matter where you sit and what power you.
And you know, it's actually it's about the survivors, and it's about. But one thing I will say, I don't think I said this on air. Me and Katie were talking about this before we went live. We need to stop putting faith in the government. So if these women, they were children then, but women now, want anything to come of it, and want the justice that they deserve, they're going to have to either find their own way or just go ahead and just be out front and say what happened out and out in public, or like forever rest your peace, or you know what I mean, like whatever, because these people are not going to bring this shit out for you. You will not get justice fucking with these people, because look what they just did. They went like this. Look, this is what they did. Here you go. Yeah, we looked through it. This is what you get.
And then the shit that happened earlier today with the that fake video.
That really if you're not getting anything from them, so stop asking them for help. Fuck all these people. Find out another way, or just stop. For real. I mean, that's really the end and all of the story. And I highly recommend us going into 2026, either find out another way to solve these problems by holding people accountable. Somebody need to walk up in there and arrest these people. Detain them. Detain Pam Bondi. Be like, hey, girl, you did some illegal shit, and it looked like you need to be investigated. We're going to hold you down for a second, and we're just going to have you question you for a few things. You know, here's a fucking peanut butter cup and some fucking water, and we're gonna have you sit here, and you're just gonna answer all of our questions, and we need all of your files because they seem to be corrupted, and we're just gonna look at them. If there's nothing wrong with them, then you're totally fine to go. But if there's something wrong with them, then we're gonna have to look further into it. I hope you understand that. Just let us know if there's anything that you need to know. You might want to say that right now, because we will find out, because something smells wrong about this. So we just want to ask you some questions. How about that? But nobody's doing that. Can we do that in 2026? Because all this happy holiday shit, it ain't working for me.
Although I will say the way that they handled Kristi Noem recently, if they do more hearings like that, I'll take that.
Do something. We can do all of that. Handle people like that. Start, let's keep it going. We can't just stop there. Just because that worked doesn't mean that's the end in all of it. We have to keep being like, okay, that worked. How can we build upon the things that worked and keep going and getting better? This is a progression system here. Okay, let's get it going. Anyway, that was the last of them, right? Oh, we got one more.
Yep, we moved the millennial minutes to the end.
Oh, yay. We got some fun stuff. Y'all ready?
Born before the year 2000, do you remember how we used to write 5-paragraph essays by hand? Not only that, you would write a rough draft and then a final draft. And you'd have to cite your sources MLA format, like cite the book. If you were smart, you'd be using EasyBib. And the structure to those 5 paragraphs always had like a who, what, when, where thing that you had to answer. Not only that, you would have to edit the draft and then create a final that also required edits. So it's like 4 different types of 5-paragraph handwritten essays. This is our generation's version of I had to walk 5 miles up a hill and take a bus to get to school. No ChatGPT. Not even close. We couldn't even use Word. Old school. Might as well have been a feathered quill with some ink. If you were born before the year 2000, do you remember how we used to
Yeah,
write?
that shit is traumatizing. You remember
I
that?
remember I used to write, like, they would always check, like, that there had to be some differences. And so I used to plan out every single draft so that, like, there were differences that they would be like, okay, this counts.
I hate that shit. That is like ultimate, like, bullshittery trauma right there. I'd just be like, oh my God. I've written it as many times as I can fucking write it. That's it. That's all I got. I can't deviate off of that. Otherwise, I need to learn an entire new language, and I don't have time for that. So,
See, I actually like, I don't
times
know, I
they used to
enjoy
make me
writing.
outline, and I hated the outline. I don't outline shit. That is just unless it works for me and for some specific reason, I'll outline it shit. But it
Mhm.
never really does. I really am more of a page spiller, like bam, and I kind of put it down on a page, and then I go back and I type it up. I write it first, and then I type it up, and then I go through it again. And then I'm like, oh, okay, this is good. Make sure everything's all clean and polished. And then that shit is gone. Feel me? But like, I don't like the first and then, well, let me think about. Oh, that shit is trauma. And there's another one I didn't put in here with the Scantron. Do you remember the Scantron? Yeah, that shit is hilarious, and also like the most irritating and traumatic, like triggering kind of thing. Just gives you anxiety. Like I start sweating in my armpits whenever I think about it. You know what I mean?
And
It's
like I was always really bad at like multiple choice
me too.
tests, and
Because you don't know what's on the bitch. You be like, what the fuck? I
Well,
have not
for me-
learned anything on this Scantron all year.
for me, like there was a couple of things with me whenever I would take tests. Like I if it was multiple choice, I would always seem to choose the one that was like almost the right answer, but not the right answer.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, like, when I was in for tests, if there was a kid that had like a cold or something and would like sniffle their nose or cough, my like brain would get overstimulated and then just forget everything I studied the night before.
Oh,
So I
dude.
remember
The squeaky shoes, because it's raining. Why is it always raining during those fucking tests? And it's
And,
all
like,
stuffy, cold, and miserable, and quiet, and all you hear is squeaky shoes and snifflings and coughs and scratches and squeaky squeak, and it is the worst. And then don't you dare fucking get one answer off on a test and skip some shit.
Oh my God. Then you fail the whole freaking test.
It's over. Your whole shit is over, bro.
I
Unless
hate
you
it.
erase it. And then if you don't erase that shit right, then you're still failing the test.
Yep. I hated having to do like the standardized test. For us, it was called like the PSSAs.
Mm-hmm.
And our school used to like use a reward system if you did well on the test, which I never did because I just can't standardize test. And like the rewards I think in high school were like free prom tickets or you get your parking pass early. And I was like, well, guess I'm screwed.
Those are nice gifts. Those are some nice gifts.
But like for
You
someone
didn't
like
even
me,
get gifts.
for
Yeah,
someone
I know.
like me, instead of it motivating me, it would like make me even more nervous, and then I would do worse.
Shit, I ain't getting that. No, I always would like be fine with the English portion, but my math was so bad that I didn't like even take the SAT. I was like, there's no point in me even doing that. Like that, I'm not gonna pass that. I'm telling you right now. You know. So, anywho, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time.
Oh, let's talk about MySpace.
Our friends publicly. Tom was real. Tom wasn't out here stealing our data. Tom ain't trying to sell us no ads about something we whispered quietly once. Tom just chilled in a white t-shirt in front of a chalkboard like, welcome, friend. Have fun and don't break nothing. Your MySpace profile page was your digital home. And we decorated it like we was on MTV Cribs. Oh, you didn't just have a page. It was glittery text, flaming skull cursor trails, a background that gave everybody migraines, and music that auto-played so loud your computer speakers filed for unemployment. MySpace taught us that personality wasn't enough. Oh no, you needed HTML and sparkles. We basically had to be junior software engineers without health insurance. And choosing your profile song was the single most important decision of your teenage life. You change it depending on the mood. If somebody visited your page and the song didn't fit your moment, congratulations, you was officially embarrassed on the internet before it became mainstream. And MySpace top 8 was the Hunger Games of friendships. If you had the nerve, the testicular fortitude, the vaginal valor to remove somebody from your top 8, it was a declaration of war. Therapists today owe their entire careers to MySpace top 8. It taught us betrayal, hierarchy, and the administrative power of dragging somebody into slot 4 because they forgot your birthday. And the photos didn't have no filters and no Facetune. You had angles, overhead angles so high NASA tried to track them. Every profile picture back then looked like it was taken by a ceiling fan. And the MySpace bulletins was the original clickbait. That's where you went to post scripted messages, chain letters, emotional rants, song lyrics like we weren't supposed to know that they was clearly about a specific person. My heart is closed. Don't ask. Girl, we wasn't going to. MySpace back then was the blueprint, the mixtape, and the prototype. Every app since then is just a remix.
Oh man.
Oh my god, that's so accurate. I remember like and it would get more. I miss that. Like they don't, you can't, they did this thing, I think it was a couple years ago, where like you can't even access your old page because they like deleted all of it.
My shit gone.
And
I really wish I could see my MySpace. I really could. Man, I actually like had like, I forget what song I had, but it was Orange and Black. I had a nice blog. I had like a top 6. I think I kept that at 6. You know, and
I think I got mine to like.
You always had to make sure that you knew which one of your friends' pages had like Tweety Bird and shit on it, because they would freeze your whole computer up. So you had to know like your friend's page that would like completely dismantle your entire internet because they had too much shit on it. So
yeah,
like
it would, the coding itself would like break your computer.
Yeah. Like, damn, I can't go on my homie page. Like, why didn't you see my shit, man? I can't go on your shit. You break my whole computer. I can't do shit for the rest of the night.
I think I stopped using my MySpace page by the time I was in college, because I was like, I was on Facebook, I think, by the time I was a freshman in high school.
You know what? MySpace was like, fuck all you guys. We went to Facebook and you're like, fuck you, I'm gonna delete all your shit. And they did.
Yeah, but it was, I remember it was
I'm
like,
sorry, Tom. Take us back, Tom.
I remember it was like I had a MySpace and a Facebook and an AIM profile. And at one point, I just got so busy in college. I was like, what the fuck do I have all this shit for?
You know, I think I had 2 aims. One was swim, chick, something, 1992. And cool choir nerd.
My aim for like a long time was like Katie 10 Bohemian, because I love Rent. So I wanted it to be kind of original, but like, and you have like those things
Sorry.
You have those things where it was like the different groups. So for me it was like family, college friends, high school friends, and it was,
I miss that shit too. You remember the sidekick and you just hear that noise? You know, and I never had one, but my friends did, and they was always flicking it around, swishing it around all over, spinning it and shit.
I'm trying to think. I didn't even get texting on my phone until I was like a senior in high school.
Yeah, I got banned from texting one year because They were 10 cents. And I like racked the bill up to like a
Yeah, I used
15
to.
cent.
Well, and like my parents would get mad at me because I wouldn't send texts, but like if my friends would send me a text, you'd still get charged for it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
guys, you gotta stop texting me. But
I'm
yeah.
glad. Yeah, my mom had to be like, "Hey, you're not charging me for that." I know. Yeah, it was an accident, and then I got banned from texting, and then I got it back when actually I think it was unlimited at that point. So like it didn't really matter anymore. But yeah, no more texting for me. I fucked it up pretty quick.
Never doubt, bitch. Welcome back to Lingo. Let's learn some Spanish. Donde chingados está mi regalo? Where the fuck my present at? Santa no me compró una mierda. Santa ain't buy me shit. Joe, hijo de puta. Ho, motherfucker. All right, class, repeat after me. Ese árbol está chueco.
Ese árbol está chueco.
That tree crooked.
Tree on a gangster lean.
Este rompope está débil.
Este rompope está débil.
This eggnog weak.
It's eggnog week. I got my flash though.
¿Quién se comió las pinches galletas?
¿Quién se comió las pinches galletas?
Who ate all the damn cookies?
That's too fucking doggish.
Feliz Navidad, bitch. Welcome back to Lingo. Let's learn some Spanish.
So that is my daily Spanish teacher. That's how I learned my vocabulario for the day. Actually, I learned quite a bit. You know, I learned how to like curse bitch out in Spanish. I'm actually really good. I'm really good with Spanish, so I need to just kind of warm myself up a little bit more. I've been trying to just keep up to date. Oh, are we pulling up the Trumpity tracker?
Unfortunately.
Oh, let's look. Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember we got into the 2000s, but it doesn't look like it upticked that much, right?
I don't think so, but also like I don't think we should pat them on the back for not doing so many illegal things.
Yeah, no, not at all. I think the last time it was it had just hit like 2000.
The 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it does look like that's a relief. Maybe they're getting slowed down for some reason. And I wonder why. Maybe I'll kind of want to, like, when I get some time, look at the individual stories that kind of came out and see if there's something in there maybe interesting to see about, like, maybe if there's been a little bit of a lull or maybe people ain't doing shit.
Well, they do stuff that they'll log it by each thing and what day. That's what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah. I kind of want to go through that a little bit. I haven't had time, but I kind of want to doodle.
Okay, so it looks like they went up about maybe 20. They did about 20 things this week only. But anyway.
That's still terrible. 2,000 is way too many. I mean, look at how many, like, the numbers of just shit that has happened. The numbers are just like enormously high in everything. Like literally every category, everything is just completely off the charts or below the charts. Whatever chart you're reading, it's off of it, you know, in both directions. And it's, I mean, that's why I keep saying, like, we need to start thinking about how we're going to counter this and how we're going to start to pull ourselves out of it. Because we can't just sit here and keep just letting them do this and just keep reporting on it. That's not enough. Something needs to happen. We need to do something.
Yeah.
and we need to do a lot of things and organize things and have something, but we don't have that. I really, and so don't ask me to like have hope on some shit that I don't see no hope. You know what I mean? I'm like, I don't see, where is the hope at? You know, I don't I don't see any reason to have hope. And you know, hope doesn't work without action, you guys. If you don't actually do something, then there's hope doesn't work, you know? Like
Yeah.
a recipe. So
Yeah.
anyway,
So what are your plans then for like the holidays coming up? Like what holidays do you celebrate in your house?
oh, the holidays I celebrate in my house. Oh, okay. Well, I grew up Muslim, so I actually never really celebrated Christmas like that. We are a Kwanzaa family.
Okay, very cool.
So yeah, we get our shit, I forget the name of it. My mom's gonna be so mad at me. The it's like a menorah, but it's called something else. It'll come back to me because it's right on the tip of my tongue. But pretty much the candles, and then you open a present every day, and there's different days, 7 days of Kwanzaa, and different days that represent different things. And there's, you know, you put up your altar thing, and you just celebrate Kwanzaa and remember the ancestors and things like that. It's actually kind of sad. All Black holidays are all like sad and shit. So but you know, but it's also nice or whatever.
Yeah.
And my family's really small, so we didn't really get a tree until I got my ex-husband, and he was in the house for a while, and my brother also, his wife Ellen, my sister-in-law, she, you know, their family also celebrates Christmas. So, you know, we will do food and things, and my family's still very small, but you know, we like kicking it and watching football and basketball and hanging out and doing shit and eating food and whatnot. So, you know, that's what it's really all about for me. I've never really been like jingle bells, jingle all the way. Everything's great in the holidays. You know, like, no, that's not. I actually, I just like the chill time, but I'm not like and I also don't like to make my goals while everybody else is trying to make their goals happen and come true, because there's too much traffic, everything's busy, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, fuck that. Like, I'm gonna wait for everybody to like stop with all their bullshit, and then I'm gonna start making my moves. It's cheaper, it's easier to do, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really like January that much, if I'm being honest. It's a very long month, and it's an annoying month and expensive month. Everybody's spending all their money. Everybody fucking broke, dude. Starting off the year broke as fuck.
Yep.
With your hopes and prayers, jingles, bells. Hope you jingle belled your way into some fucking money, because you ain't got none.
It's very true.
Anywho.
So my family is like, I'm an only child, but we have a lot of aunts, uncles, cousins, all that stuff. And my parents are very heavily Catholic, and they're also very into traditions. So we will do a Christmas Eve dinner with my mom's side that is always the same food every year. It's, I believe it follows either the Slovak or Polish traditions that my family is very fond of.
Right.
And my mom will make salmon patties and pierogies, and they make this mushroom soup that I never eat because but
Yeah.
we'll do that every year, and then we'll pass around what's called the oplatki, which is basically like communion wafers. And what the tradition is you take a piece, but then you take a piece from everybody else at the table and just kind of talk about what you've been grateful for this last year and what you're looking forward to upcoming. So we do that with my mom's side on Christmas Eve, and then on Christmas Day we celebrate with my dad's side, so like my aunts and uncles and cousins and stuff. And of course, my parents will go to mass, and Christmas Day is like an hour 30-minute Catholic mass, so it's nice and long.
Oh.
We'll open presents, and then they usually no, they don't sing in Latin on Christmas usually.
Oh, dancing. Oh, wait. My nuts roasting on an open fire.
Yeah, they don't sing that, but so, and then she'll make like potatoes and ham and chicken and all the food you can think of. Like my mom every year is like, oh my God, we're not going to have enough food. And then there's leftovers for like a week. And then the day after Christmas, we get in the car and drive for, depending on the traffic, 5 to 6 hours to see my in-laws. We stay up there for 3 or 4 days. And the day after Christmas, so when we get there, we'll do like our Christmas celebration with them, and my mother-in-law will make like a lot of food, and we'll see her and my father-in-law and my niece and hang out there for a few days and then come home and try to recoup from the traveling.
That sounds nice, actually. Like you have it sounds like you still need to rest after it all, but like it does sound nice at the same time.
We've perfected our plans just kind of over the years, because what we'll usually do is the day after or the day we come back.
Mm-hmm.
My parents going to my parents' house is less of a drive for my in-laws than going from my in-laws to our house. It's like an extra 2-3 hours. So we'll stay over at my parents' house again for like one night and then come home just to make sure we have all of our haul from Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I do enjoy the hotel that we usually stay at when we visit my in-laws, because my husband and I love my husband, but we both have big queen beds to ourselves, and the hotel has this giant mirror in it that like Emma loves to run up and look at herself in. It's so cute. Like that child will just stand there for like 30 minutes, just like staring at herself in the mirror. It's adorable.
And it gives you some time. Yeah, that's 30 minutes that you can take advantage of.
Yep, but it is cool. The one thing I do like about the holidays now is getting to see it all through her eyes, the daughters, because it's like you get to see. That's the one thing I do love about being a mom, is you get to see everything new, kind of again.
Yeah, that is nice, huh? Totally.
Yeah. And I'll get to do it again next year because we'll have 2.
Yeah. I don't know what we're gonna eat this year, but I don't know if you guys know. I did jump in. If you jumped in late, I am going to New Orleans this year, just for a day, and flying out there, party. Ooh, 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 Don Lemon, whatever he do, boop, boop, ba doo, yay, Happy New Year. I'm gonna stay there a little bit. Yeah, yay, hey, how you doing? Bye. And then I'm gonna go back to the airport and I'm coming back to Oakland. So yeah, I'm gonna have a good time doing that. And other than that, I'm just gonna try to eat as much good foods as I can. I think I want to get some salmon in, some seafood. I'm trying to get on some crab. If I can get on some crab, I'm fucking with it. I
bet seafood in New Orleans is so good.
Oh, I'm definitely getting some out there for sure. I'm getting me some gumbo in New Orleans and maybe some jambalaya and all that fucking Creole fucking amazing food. Hell yeah. Oh, ain't no way. I might not be there that long, but I know where to go because I've been there before. So, anywho, but yeah, any other closing little statements?
I just hope that everybody has a nice holiday and find some time to just separate yourself from all the crazy. Take in the good, take in the good that's going on. Be with the ones you love. Hopefully, some of you get some awesome gifts.
What does next Monday land on, Katie? Can you see? Hold on, let me look.
It's the 29th. I should be back home by then.
Okay. We might the 29th is like perfect for me to do a show with you because I don't leave until literally the 31st in the morning at 7 a.m. my time. So and then I fly out there. I land in New Orleans after traveling at 4:30 over there. And then the show I think starts like 6 or 7 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm just gonna be there, whatever. And then or probably even later. So I'll have time to kind of chill around and just kind of look
Mhm.
around the city. I'm not even gonna carry that much. And then yeah, all that. But really my plan is to travel and like stream as much as I can and stuff. So
Mhm.
if you got some time on next Monday to do the regular show, I'm totally down.
It just depends on when I get back, but I should be back.
Yeah, and then if anything, and this is just me and her kind of talking and sharing our kind of like weekend, holiday week plans with y'all. We haven't really figured out like what our live stream plan will look like, but I would like for us to maybe, if we can, do Monday.
Yeah, I could do it.
If anything, then we can also do like, you know, a Katie's Corner, or we could do May Money's, or what if we want. If we got time to do some shit together, let's do that too. If some news breaks out, which I know it always does, some shit is always popping off. Doesn't mean just because we on a holiday break don't mean shit ain't popping off, right? And
He's
so
gonna say Santa's in the files.
yeah, I'm sure Santa is. He be all over the place. Santa is a hoe. I would not be surprised.
What is a white Santa?
Probably. Yes, I would imagine. But yeah, and then I don't know, Substack articles and all sorts of stuff. So whatever, we'll be around is all I'm saying. And it'll be very liberal, and just kind of free. We'll just be kind of like taking it as it goes because this is vacation time, but we still want to give you content. And then also new ideas, and hopefully this Don Lemon experience, this New Year's Eve experience that he is promoting, and it's going to be lovely. Lovely.
If you guys are interested, Canada released the unaired 60-minute special on CCOT.
Oh, I heard that.
They're posting it all over the internet. So,
oh yeah, let's go ahead and watch that. We might need to
if
talk.
you follow the Alt National Park Service on Facebook, they have the link. But I'm sure if you just type it in, you'll find it.
Yeah, we might need to actually talk about that. Because I heard that right before we kind of went live that it was out. And that's some interesting that's important news. So I already know things are going to be coming out. So just keep an eye out for everything. Anyway, so thanks so much for being here, Marley, Jazzy, Deanna was in here, and everybody else that may have popped in. You know, we love y'all. Happy holidays. And if you feeling like an unhappy holiday, then have a chill holiday. Or, you know, have whatever the fuck kind of holiday you want to have and feel however the fuck you want to feel, you know?
Exactly. Your feelings are valid.
So, you know, have a holiday and just take care of yourself. Anyway, keep it gangsta out there, and we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
All I said was there's evil afoot. Evil!